and you can see that crazy gloss.
We're doing the vinyl wrap. We're doing the vinyl wrap. It's GG Weekly, episode 8. I'm here with Paul and some special guests. So Paul, what are we up to in this episode?
On this episode, we've got our sponsor week. So I've got the 3 sponsors that Grayers Graphics sponsor behind me. Going to introduce you to them. So first of all, we've got Georgie Crossman. So Georgie Crossman is a motocross racer and also a K1 kickboxer. So we're going to give these checks out firstly to George. So well done, George.
Cheers.
We sponsor George £5,000 for the year. So yeah, well done to George. We've also got in the middle here, we've got middleweight professional boxer George O'Leary. We've also got George's check. Well done, George.
Thank you very much, mate. Thank you.
Harrison Desoy over in the corner there. He's a superbike racer, Harrison. Also, we're giving him £5,000. So, well done, Harrison. So, as you know at Grayers Graphics, we're very strong on our sponsorships that we do. We only sponsor 3 people each season. I'm extremely proud to be able to give them that sponsorship, and they're extremely good at what they do.
I'm a bit gutted that you just mentioned you only sponsor 3 people per season, because as I saw the checks going out, I was like, oh, I wonder if I could slip in there.
No, nothing for you, mate. No, sorry.
All right, cool. Well, we're going to get into some content around these lovely lads, and thank you very much, everybody, for coming down. Just wanted to ask, when did you actually start riding?
Riding since I was like, I think about 3.
Yeah.
But then now it's just my first main bike.
He was always going to ride a bike, always.
How long did you ride for?
About 20 years.
Yeah.
Rode for about 20 years. Raced for about 12.
Yeah.
About 12 years, about 12 seasons. But it's quite difficult to race at a level when you've got a child that kind of races and fights at the levels that he does.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need to be prepared to hand the baton over, shall we say.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose you need to be there to support him a lot as well, and I suppose if he was racing, that'd take time out of
exactly that
into the new generation.
Yeah, it's Dad the driver, Dad the mechanic.
Yeah.
Dad the kind of puts all the bikes together.
Georgie, what's your next race? What's the next big thing you've got your sights set on?
Probably going to be practicing for a Western Beach race.
And then with the kickboxing, when did you start all that?
I don't really know because I can't remember a time before I started doing it.
Yeah, that's good. That means you've been doing it really since you can remember.
Yeah.
Then. And then I see you've got a load of belts there. What's been the journey with that?
Just like different competitions, like world titles, British titles, Europeans. Just been all round like the country, fighting at different tournaments.
Nice. Is that just kickboxing?
The belts, yeah.
Yeah. And then what do you fight like K1 or anything like that as well? Or
Just K1.
Obviously we're here at Grayers Graphics, so it's only right to ask about the sponsorship that Grayers Graphics have given you. I believe you used to sponsor.
Yeah, so Paul originally sponsored me. Yeah. Paul's been an amazing sponsor of mine for probably in excess of 10 years now. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago I said to Paul, what would be the chances of changing Georgie's sponsorship over to be, rather than just a motocross rider, as an athlete. So kind of we can then use the sponsorship money for the motocross and the kickboxing. Obviously, all the tournaments that we enter Georgie in, all his kit, for the bikes, for the fighting. I've represented England twice now in the World Championships, and obviously that doesn't come for free. Yeah. You still need to pay for travel, you still need to pay for hotels. And the Grayers Graphics stuff, it simply means that Georgie can race a motorbike and get behind the gate. He can fight at the level that he is, because without good sponsorship, it's very hard to be a good sportsman without the financial backing that someone like Paul provides us. Without the funding that Paul kind of gives us, it just makes it really, really difficult to do. Our closing statement, obviously a big thank you to Paul and everyone at Grayers Graphics that have supported us for years. Big thank you to who Georgie fights out of, Big's Kickboxing Academy. Michelle is kind of amazing for us as well. She, as much as kind of we pay for her, she invests a massive amount of time into Georgie.
So we are here today with the main man in the middle here. It is George O'Leary. George is a boxer, and I'm going to ask him a few questions like, where did the thoughts come from to actually get into fighting in the first place?
The thoughts was when I was in college. I was a little bit of a naughty kid, not too naughty. I was quite nice. There was a guy called Tony Cisse, and Tony, I just want to say a message to you. Thank you so much for what you've done for me, mate. You've changed my life, and I love you, mate. And hopefully we can catch up soon.
How many fights have you had, and where are you at in the boxing game?
You've caught me off guard there. I've had about 6-7 fights. I've lost one, drawn one. Lost my last fight, so this is the comeback, and it's going to be a good one. So
You've been training harder for this fight? Have you done any more prep than you did for the last one?
yeah, I would say all the wins that I've had, they was good. And don't get me wrong, you feel great, but you don't change anything.
Yeah.
And this loss has changed things in my personal life.
Yeah.
I'm a better family man, better friend, and it's time to take everything now.
Good.
Yeah.
And then what is your next fight like? What's the aspiration for your next fight and the near future?
Next
Where are you
fight,
going?
Yeah, I'm going to be fighting for the southern area before the end of this year, and then next year I'm going to be the English and the British champion.
Yeah. You're gonna be.
I'm going to be.
Gonna be.
I've got to be.
Speaking it into existence.
I've got to be, man. If this doesn't work out, I've got nothing else in life. Boxing is my life.
Okay. Nice. It's good to have something to love and it's something to focus on. And
apart from my
be
mum and dad
passionate about.
and my brothers and the rest of the family, I love boxing.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
And then talking about like Greyers Graphics, obviously Greyers Graphics actually sponsor you.
Yeah.
We're going to renew the sponsorship, I believe, today.
Yep.
How has the sponsorship from Greyers Graphics actually helped you
I
out?
would say that this is not just a sponsorship. Paul is now classed as family. He's been in my life a long time. He's helped me out with a tremendous amount of things. Like I won't even go into because I don't need to. Paul knows what he's helped me with, and hopefully in the future, I know it's not about give and take, but I want to give back to Greyers Graphics and Paul and his family for what he's done for me and my family. He's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. He's been good to me as well, Paul. So I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for sitting down with me.
Love my man.
Yeah,
Thank
all
you
the
very
best for
much.
the next
Thank
fight
you.
and all the best for the future. So we've got Harrison Desoy, who obviously rides bikes, as you can see. Do you want to talk to us a bit about how you got into riding in the first place?
So, my dad started when I was around 10 or 11 years old. He was racing in a club level at Bemsey, and I came along for a couple of rounds for the first few years when he was doing it. Begged him if I could get my own bike. It was a little mini motor, probably about that eye off the floor. Rose up through the ranks and found myself riding for Hickman Racing for the 2025 Sport Bike Championship in British Superbikes.
Big achievement. And what is that trophy? I can see it.
That trophy right there, got that this weekend. So last Monday at Alton Park for round 1 of British Superbikes. It was a really good race. I led 9 to 12 laps. You know, I was very, very strong. At the end of this season, ideally, I'd like to be British champion in the National Sport Bike Championship. That is definitely the goal that the team and I have set out. Obviously, we'll work slowly towards that, with hopefully finishing on the podium each weekend. And hopefully in future years down the line, we'll be competing in the World Championship. That's my goals for future years.
Excellent. And we're here at Greyers Graphics, and I know that Paul at Greyers Graphics actually sponsors you. Could you talk to us a bit about what the sponsorship means and what it allows you to do to get you to your next steps?
Yeah, so Paul and the whole Greyers Graphics team, they've been incredibly helpful with not only just a bit of financial support, but also with the social media backing as well. You know, it's a really good way to help get my name out. And yeah, Paul and the team have helped out massively. I'm really thankful and grateful that they'll be able to help me on my journey to possibly becoming British champion this year.
GG Weekly.
GG Weekly, I'm so happy to be on it. I'll tell you what, I'll send a message to myself in the future, right? Future Deshoy, looking down the camera right now, you're going to be British champion, mate. You're going to do it. But in terms of everyone else, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all my current sponsors as well. You know, Two Tyres London, Helmet City, Fletcher Solicitors, obviously Greyers Graphics, Owen Road Motors, and yeah, I've got quite a few others.
Excellent. Congratulations and all the best for the future.
Cheers, Pat.
So it's been an incredible day today with the 3 guys here. It's been action-packed. I had a dream once to have a graphics company, which is why I think it's so important for companies to sponsor these sportsmen. I really just want to say, anyone that's listening to this video, that they've had a dream once and they might still have a dream and they might still be working towards making their dreams happen. If you've got a company and you can sponsor any one of these 3, then I'm going to put all the links in below, and if you can, anything can help. It'd be really good if you can.
We'll wrap this, but thank you.
Well done, guys. Hey!